With me now is Bruce Heyman, former U.S. ambassador to Canada. Mr. Ambassador, nice to see you. Thanks for being with us.
It's a pleasure to be with you today.
So Donald Trump has vowed to renegotiate the free trade deal if elected. In fact, both candidates have said that they want to take a second look at it. How's this going to impact Canada?
So the agreement in and of itself provides for a review process, and that review process is the summer of 2026. So this isn't anything that people should get too concerned with regard to the review process. That being said, I think Canada should recognize that the challenges with this agreement tend to be more with Mexico than with the Canada-U.S. relationship. But unfortunately, it's a three-part agreement. So if the U.S. does not sign back on to affirm the agreement in a year and a half or so, then that will impact Canada. But the bigger issue is not the renegotiation of this deal. The bigger issue is Donald Trump's pledge to tariff all imported goods, which would then impact Canada directly and potentially make this agreement, effectively void.
Yeah, 10 to 20% tariffs. So what's at stake? I'm sure you get asked this question a lot. What is at stake for Canada if Donald Trump is reelected? What does it mean for us?
So Canada, which I love and enjoy and now work in quite a bit with my new role in Montreal, Canada is a country that really likes a little bit more certainty, respect for the rule of law, respect for our agreements with each other. Canada negotiates very hard with the U.S. with regard to trade deals. We saw that with the renegotiation of NAFTA. But what's at stake is a transactional leader who will not care about the bilateral relationship, just try to squeeze our allies, Canada in particular, for whatever he can get. And you will be directly impacted by many of our domestic policies. Unlike people in countries in Europe and Asia, you will be directly impacted by the immigration issues, the abortion issues, the environmental issues that this potential Trump administration would impose. And so it would be a difficult time between our two countries.
Less difficult if Harris were to win?
I think so. That doesn't mean we won't have things to work out. But remember, the vice president did spend some of her formative years in Montreal, and her vice president has led trade missions as being a neighbor bordering governor. So I don't think there's a better White House occupant than Kamala Harris for Canada. But remember, we'll always have things that we see differently through a lens that is from different sides of the border. That being said, more predictability, more respect of our allies and our alliances, and especially Canada from the Harris administration.
And I have to ask you lastly, because in a few moments from now, I'm going to be talking with a election stress expert.
Yeah.
How high is your anxiety?
It's pretty high.
It's pretty,
I just got off
you
a
look
call.
so calm.
I got off a call just now with leaders in the Harris campaign. And so they gave me a lot of comfort. I mean, we walked through and talked through ballot protection. We talked through how we deal with the various issues that happen locally. But here's what everybody should realize. This election won't be stolen. It's adjudicated on every county and polling place across the country. There is no one national way to go about in doing this. Respect the ballot count. Don't assume anything, whether it's Georgia or North Carolina coming in one way or another. This is going to roll out. It could take a while, and it could even take days. But at the end of the day, we need to respect our elections. We need to count the ballots, and whoever wins, wins. I'm quite hopeful and confident that the vice president will win. But if she doesn't, we need to respect the election.
Well, I have to ask you then, it has been reported that they are cautiously optimistic within the Harris campaign. Was that the same sense that you got?
Very much so. So this morning we talked about how you finish. And, a race, whether you're running a race or you're participating in a political race, it's not over till the last ballot's counted or till you cross the tape in a run. And the campaign is super energized. I think you saw the enthusiasm factor with all of the various venues that the vice president has been in over this last week, and the standing room only and turning away people. And we as a campaign have knocked on millions of doors repetitively. I think the ground game is very good, and I do think women, especially women that declare themselves Republican, may actually be the deciding factor here.
Bruce Heyman is the former U.S. ambassador to Canada, joining us this morning. Thank you so much. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you.